into the secondary so fast.
Back to Mixon on first down. And then
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shot, and he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Here we go.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Burrow looking to pass. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 4th down, Drew Chrisman on to punt.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the...
He's got a man, complete. And now off to...
Just outside the 10.
Murray now on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the punt.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Play action. It's Burrow. He'll fire this complete to Hurst down the field. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25 yards that time.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
From midfield now, Burrow. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. So nothing doing there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Fourth down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now Murray off play action. Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Slam. 12. Hey, can.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
Again, it's Mixon. And a solid run down inside the 32.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 17-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Burrow will throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, he is putting in a great all-around game, Charles. He already ran one in for a score, and now they utilize him in the passing game.
And they put a lot of pressure on a defensive coordinator and defense, don't they? Because they're used to him as a runner. But it turns out he's just as dangerous as some of those receivers, and he showed it right there. You don't pay enough attention to him defensively, he makes you pay.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Rondale Moore. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
They'll run here with Connor, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Again, it'll be Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Play action. Now it's Murray rolling to his right. this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Unsuccessful pass on 3rd down, but at least you got 3 points here in your hip pocket.
Yeah, and I would take it from my hip pocket and put it right on the shoe of my kicker and go get those 3 points. This isn't even a discussion to me. This is a chance to take the lead after a good drive. Do it.
Murray sets to throw on 4th, eluding the pressure right. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Rondale Moore
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Flushed it over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go.
4th down. Here's Joe Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray.
He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This is caught. Touchdown.
Rondale Moore
from 17 yards out.
And the Cardinals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just...
Now Burrow loses the football, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Flush to his right. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Rondale Moore.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10.
And that is taken in by Hurst.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the 24, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Buda Baker with a pick. He's at the 40. Pass past the 20. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
Come on now. Let's do this.
So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.